So for the second video in a row, we're doing something a little bit different. In front of me, I have the new Lenovo IdeaTab Pro, and after spending some time with the Legion Tab Gen 3 and really enjoying it, Lenovo offered to send this one over for us to kind of check out. And it's a bigger tablet with a higher resolution screen, but not quite geared at gaming. And the price tag is really, really interesting. So let's hop in the box and see what this bad boy's about. Okay, so this device is interesting. First, from a price standpoint. So I think it retails. It's been on sale literally since it showed up. It retails around $400 normally. There's a couple different specs. Best Buy right now packs the 8256 model, so 8 gigs of RAM, 256 of internal storage. Lenovo sells the 8128 version, and right now the 8128 version is a little less than $300. I've seen it as low as like 260, 270, and then Best Buy is on sale for like $60 off, so it's like $340. So pretty intriguing price points there. I mean, we're talking pretty entry level dollars and cents, but some really good features. Now, don't be confused by Pro on the lid here. That was one thing when I saw it. I was like, oh wow, Pro, and then I saw the price tag and I'm like, that doesn't seem to make any sense. This is definitely one of those situations where they're using Pro as just a word, I guess, because it does have the Dimensity 8300. So it's, MediaTek's like last gen high-end chip. So it's not sluggish by any means. It shouldn't be anyway. I haven't really messed with it, but it also is not going to be like cutting edge. Like that Dimensity 9400 looks to be a beast. I've not used a device with it, but it looks like it's a monster. This is not that. But you're also getting they're calling it a 3K display. I pulled up the stats because the resolution's so strange. It is 2944 by 1840. So to put that in reference to something like 4K, 4K is 38, do my math here, 3840 by 2160. So if 2160 is the vertical on 4K, this one's 1840, so you're within 300 pixels there. And then it's a 16 by 10 display, I'm pretty sure. And so, you're losing a couple hundred pixels this way, but you're approaching 4K, but they're labeling it as 3K. So nice high-res display for sure. 400 nits is what it's listed at. We already talked about processor and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you got some cameras, all that kind of stuff, but quad speakers. So I'm hoping for some good speakers here. The smaller Legion Tab Gen 3, the 8-inch device, actually had really fantastic speakers. This one does come with a pen. It is not a USI pen from what I can tell, the stuff I've read, and it does look a little bit different. And it looks like this one will attach on the back magnetically. Yeah, see? It attaches back there, but it doesn't charge back there, so it's just a place to hold it, I guess. Again, these are some things that I'm looking at going, should we say this thing's Pro? I don't know. They are making also a keyboard case that will come with this thing, or not come with it, I'm sorry, but be available for it. $150 or something. It is not available yet, but this thing does charge with USB Type-C. Just, feels like a pen. So we'll see how that thing works. Let's see what kind of charger we get here. Survey says 45 watt. Huh. So the Legion Tab came with a 68 watt charger. So, 45 watts is plenty. But again, I keep going back to this whole Pro moniker on the box. I'm like, sometimes I wish they wouldn't use that terminology unless the thing is Pro. Like for Pro, it should come with a keyboard and stuff. Like I should be able to do desktop work with it. But again, the price is really intriguing. So let's just slide this dude out of here. So it's definitely a review unit. It has been handled. It feels great. Lenovo's been doing this for a while. I feel like every tablet we get, Chromebook tablets, other tablets, they all just feel good. Metal, glass, you get it. It's a tablet. Super thin though. Let's see if I can find a measurement here. Says, they don't have the size listed on it, but you can see my phone is considerably thicker than that tablet. So very, very thin, feels great in the hand. Again, not surprised or shocked by that in the least. I do want to take this off here so we can just attach this pin where it's supposed to go, and we'll try it out here in just a minute. But yeah, not a ton to say. You can see speaker grills on the side here. looks, I'm guessing that's an SD card slot. It's got a hole in it as if it's like a SIM card slot. I don't know that this thing has cellular data, but maybe you can. Maybe you can put it on a carrier with data. Another 2 speakers over here, USB Type-C, a couple microphone holes up top, volume rocker here, power button there. I think that has fingerprint built into it. And you can tell at the bottom you've got some pogo pins and a couple little spots to kind of guide that keyboard dock that it will have eventually. It doesn't have it now. It's another thing. I'm just like, if you're gonna make a tablet and put it out, like put that main accessory out with it. This would be a really nice screen size. I mean, it's almost 13 inches to have a nice tablet interface with. So hopefully they get that thing out soon. But let me get this thing cranked on and get logged in and get past all those welcome screens and stuff, and we'll test out the pen, check out the speakers, and maybe at least run one quick game just to see what the graphics kind of look like. All right, I got all logged in and set up here. And one thing I didn't mention earlier was that this is a 144 hertz screen, I believe, but it's high refresh and it's super duper smooth. So now you've got this really high resolution, 400 nits of brightness, but super buttery smooth display, which just, it looks great. It really does. And when you mix that large, nice display with this really thin form factor, I'm not gonna lie, just bouncing around just a little bit right now. It's just nice to use. I don't know that this is a device that I would carry around on a daily basis, but I might give it a go and just see if at home and stuff that, you know, as a consumption tablet, that this would be something I would like. But that's neither here nor there for right now. What I want to show you is a couple things. So first off, let's look at the pen real quick. I'm just going to draw on here, and you can see the latency of that thing is fantastic. Can I clear this thing? Let's just do, okay, it's doing like a standard eraser here. Get all that erased off. So I'm just going to write something again. If you've watched our videos, you realize my handwriting is just atrocious. I'm going to like real quick and punchy, and no problems whatsoever with that. And you can see, I mean, like, it just looks great. So, you know, if you're looking for a tablet where you can jot notes down, there's obviously tons of apps. There's this Notepad app is built in. Google Keep. I think Nebo is on here, which is an app that allows you to, like, you can scribble stuff and it'll find text for you in your scribbles. There's a bunch of different options, so definitely something that is worth trying if you're going to pick this thing up, because, you know, it's got a handy place to live and it actually works really well. So next thing I want to show you is, or let you hear kind of, is the speaker. So I've got a video of ours pulled up here. It's actually our Legion unboxing. And so, and again, I mean, just like looking at our videos on this screen, it's like, man, this looks really cool. So I mean, you could probably throw in headphones and really enjoy like a full movie or longer episodes of like dramatic shows on this thing. But additionally, with these speakers, if you're in a place where you can crank it up and just enjoy it, you might not need that. Take a listen to this if you can through our mic here. And there's a few reasons why I'm pretty excited to take this tablet for a spin. That's at about 80% volume. Android tablets, but the size of this one and the specs involved in it, alongside the fact that I've been driving the Pixel 9a, which is a smaller phone than I'm used to. For spoken audio, that make this a really good time to give this tablet a test drive. So let's jump in the box and see what this thing's about. But before we hop in the box, that quick sounds incredible. I mean, for something this thin to be able to push that much air around, that's just impressive. This, again, you could watch a movie or some, you know, episodes of like action type shows that you want to watch and set this thing somewhere, you know, or just hold it and probably have a really, really great experience with it. Again, you could throw earphones on it if you want to, some wireless earbuds, and enjoy that just as well. But man, those are really, really good speakers. So finally, I'm going to turn it down here. I'm going to load up Call of Duty Mobile, which is kind of, I feel like, a good right down the middle first person shooter. As far as when it comes to graphics and all that kind of stuff. And so I already went in here and checked, and under graphics, I've got it on high graphic quality. Let me go to very high and see what it'll let me do. Okay, so I can crank it up to, oh no, if I go to max frame rate, it takes me back down to high graphic quality. So I can go very high and very high frame rate, which is probably going to be fine, and get most of the stuff still. So I can still get, my anti-aliasing and depth of field and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave that on there. I'm just going to launch into a quick game here. Sure, great. Millions and millions of players, so it'll have me in a game in just a few seconds. But quickly, I loaded up a game and played. My controls are a little weird because it just kind of spread out my phone controls, so the buttons are kind of hard to reach. And I don't know how much time you're going to spend gaming on a device like this type of gaming, but turn-based gaming, that kind of stuff, or crossword puzzles, or stuff that you're not reaching to touch stuff all the time on, or that you can kind of take your time and hit your buttons. I think this thing's going to handle most games pretty well, because this is a relatively demanding title, obviously. And I'm just going to show you, I'm going to get blown away here probably, because I'm going to have to turn this to you. So the whole point here is for you to see the smoothness. Sure. But I mean, you can just see, over here. Nope. It was just very, very smooth. Let me go walk in here a little bit. Yeah, I mean, everything just looks good. Things are rendered well. No jumping, no bouncing. Everything's smooth. So, yeah, I mean, and again, I played an entire match and had no issues, no hiccups, no problems. Again, the Dimensity 8300 is not going to be the most mind-blowing performance you're ever going to get, but with a screen this size and speakers this good, you could also go GeForce Now, hook a controller up to it, and play games that way as well. Last thing we'll talk about is the cameras. Tablets in general are not devices that you take too many pictures on, but again, we've got lots of light here, not as much light back there, and kind of just see what it does. Get a photo of Joe here. And then let's see, where do I flip cameras? There we go, that button. And there's a selfie. Okay. So there's your selfie cam. Plenty of detail. Granted, we're under studio lights here, but that doesn't look too bad. And then can I go? Shoot. And there's the shot of Joe from the rear camera. Pretty soft there, but again, it's pretty dark and it's pretty bright up here. It'll be fine if you need to take a photo here or there. Most people don't buy tablets like this for the cameras, but this will give you the ability to scan documents, grab a photo if you need to at a moment's notice, but most importantly, be able to get into a Google Meet call or something like that and take that call. It'll help a lot once the keyboard accessory is here for it, because then you could set it down on the desk. Right now, I think that's one of the bigger hindrances to a tablet this size is I don't have a case or anything for it. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't know where to set it. So if Lenovo puts out some cases that have some kickstands on them, like that kind of stuff will help a lot. Right now, you're kind of limited to, I got to hold this thing everywhere I go. And I could see that being a bit of a turnoff for some people. But ultimately, just the handful of minutes I've spent with this device so far lead me to think like it would be kind of fun to, put this thing in play for a little bit and see what life with a bigger tablet would be like. Like, I like using tablets for things like reading and playing games and consuming content. So I think it's going to be great for the consuming content part. I read in bed a lot, so I don't know about being forced to use two hands. There's no one-handed operation here. You can hold it with one hand, but you're going to really struggle with those small bezels to keep a hold of that thing if it's above your face, and then it could be a tragic ending if you drop it. So I don't know how it would do with the reading portion of that. And then gaming is going to be a little bit here or there. For the type of games I like to play, some of them wouldn't be great. I'm sure Golden Tee would be awesome on here because it's a nice big screen. I can see the greens and the meters a little bit easier, and it's one of those games I don't have to touch buttons constantly and be fast. I can take my time with it. So it's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag, I think, if I actually carry this thing around with me. But it's definitely a device that I wanted to show to you all, mainly because of the price. I mean, you're getting a great screen, great speakers, solid performance. So, I mean, if you're looking for a larger tablet to kind of put into your workflow or to put into your device list so that you can have something to consume content on, I think this could be a really awesome choice for a lot of you all, and it's already been on sale quite a bit, so that trend will likely continue. So I mean, you're talking sub $300 for something that has a lot of impressive specs and a lot of good stuff going for it. I think it's a worthwhile thing to think about if something like this in this form factor is of interest to you. But guys, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, head down there, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to ring the notification icon as well if you'd like to be alerted when we make future videos just like this one. Till next time, we'll see you.